Welcome to the Three Answers podcast. Each episode, we invite a guest to answer 3 questions about themselves. This is show number 2, recorded on February 12th, 2025. In Portland, Oregon, I'm your host today, Rob Bednark. My guest today, Raphael DeFranco, also happens to be my podcast partner. Hi, Raph.
Hello. Pleasure to be here.
Wonderful to have you and to talk with you. So give us a little bit of an introduction about yourself.
I'm Raphael. Most people call me Raph. A lot of people take that opportunity to mention the Ninja Turtles, which have followed me throughout my life and have inspired me in many directions. I'm 43. I'm from Portland, Oregon, originally from Ashland, Oregon, and I'm a software engineer.
So what question would you like to start off with?
I think the first one for me is, what is one tool you couldn't do without? I've been fascinated by computers since we got one in 6th grade. We got a Macintosh LC2. It was I think it was the second color Macintosh that it came out or whatever. I had a friend in middle school who taught me a little bit of hypercard programming and showed me that you could tell computers to do things, and I use one every day. It's definitely the most used tool that I have. I use it to learn, to get new skills, to explore concepts and ideas, talk to friends, play games, make music. It's just an all-around amazing tool.
And did your career as a software engineer, when did that happen? Was that like out of college?
I started college as a software engineer major, and the coursework that I was doing, I wasn't into at all. So I switched to graphic design, and then eventually made my way back to software engineering by the time I was 30. And a friend of the family had a business, and he needed another engineer to help him with it. That's kind of how I got back into it, and have been loving it ever since. But yeah, I thought that was what I was gonna do based on, my initial explorations with HyperCard. But it was kind of, as with most things, probably a bit more of a winding road.
Indeed. Yeah, winding road. I think a lot of us find that. All right, nice. But want to move on to your second question?
Sure. For the second question, I picked, what are you most grateful for? And I think my answer, is, as with most people, is American cheese.
I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's my family. I think that's probably a lot of people's answer, and I'll just give an example that kind of illustrates it. So, growing up, I'm not from a religious family. We don't do anything of that nature, but every day at dinner time, my dad would always have us say grace, which is, it's not out loud. We basically just hold hands, and, as kids, made us close our eyes and think of something that we were supposed to be thankful for. And, as a kid, you're like, yeah, whatever. You do it like sometimes you kind of just close your eyes and get impatient for eating the pasta or whatever you're doing some of the other times. But as an adult, I just realized how much of an impact that had. Being thankful in general is a great way to have a solid attitude in life.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just one example of good habits and good environment that I got to grow up in, and the inspiration that I get to this day from my family.
Mm, beautiful. Anything else around your family, like in addition to that, that comes to mind that kind of stands out as, you know, something your family has given you that you're grateful for, whether it's practice or anything else?
I mean, tons of stuff. My sister's always inspiring me to live life to the fullest. I'll go on a trip somewhere for a couple months and she'll go and live somewhere for a couple of years. And she just has a kind of a way of engaging with things more fully, I feel like, than I kind of do. And that's inspiring. Yeah, my mom is always making things. She does a lot of fiber arts, does a ton of weaving and mostly weaving, but knitting and sewing as well. And um, just really awesome stuff. And it's cool to see how she's made a life and a rhythm in that, and how she explores the world through that. And yeah, my dad just like never stops. He's always doing something, always fixing something, always working on something. You know, when he's not doing that, he's reading books or writing poetry, or I don't know. He's just like got a lot of drive, and I get inspiration from all of them.
Wow, that's beautiful. Inspiration, appreciation. Sometimes, families can be, it's all different kinds of families and trickiness and relationships. And it sounds like you have a really solid family, or one that you have a lot of appreciation for, and for it to be at the top of your gratitude list. That's a really wonderful thing.
Yeah, I'm super lucky.
Mm. Do you feel like that appreciation level has always been there, or has that kind of increased as you've grown older and reflect on it?
I think it's definitely increased. Yeah, as a kid or growing up, it's just kind of the way things are. And the more you're exposed to the world and the way the differences between how you had it and how it can be, the more I appreciated it.
Mm.
I just like the perspective that I got from it, the way that I think about the world. Um, I like it, and
Mm.
I attribute it to that.
Some people, I think, kind of rebel against what they were raised with. And it sounds like you're kind of the opposite of that. Like you really appreciated the things that your family gave you, and things that you've embraced, not because you had to, but because you appreciated what you were given.
Yeah, I mean, I still tried to play video games when I was supposed to be doing homework, but
All right. Carry on then to your third question.
yeah, my third question I chose, what is the most creative thing you do? What do you do to be creative? And I've been making electronic music for 13, 14 years. Friend and I just randomly decided to start trying to figure out how to use the software and make songs, and we actually got okay at it after probably about 10 years. We meet up every or almost every Sunday at 4 p.m. We go get tacos and make a bunch of music. And I find that the parallels between music theory and patterns that you can see in life and society and the way you think and the way our brains work and all of those things are all kind of expressed somehow in music. And I feel like I've learned probably as much about the world through that as I have through any other medium.
Well, it sounds like a pretty special friendship you have too, because you could choose. I mean, there might be a lot of other people you could do this with, but it might not work out so well. So what do you think it is about the two of you that has made it last?
Uh, I'm not sure. I think we just get the same sort of things out of it. We both just really enjoy the process of making music and eating tacos, and just provides a good, talking about rhythm. It provides a good rhythm for both of us in our lives to come back to every week. It's yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. What a gift.
Yeah, I find that the hardest thing about any project that you want to undertake is finding somebody to do it with you. And yeah, super, super lucky and thankful to have somebody to make music with.
Mm, very nice. And you said it started kind of randomly? What did that look like?
Yeah, just started talking about techno in Taekwondo class. And I don't remember how it started exactly. Well, hey, you want to try to make a track? Yeah, sure. Do you know how to do it? No.
I really enjoyed our conversation, Raph. Thank you for joining me. This has been the Three Answers Podcast. Thank you to today's guest, Raphael DeFranco in Portland, Oregon. We invite your feedback. Send your comments to threeanswerspodcast@gmail.com. In Portland, Oregon, I'm your host, Rob Bednark. Thank you for listening, and I hope you do something you enjoyed today.